So I want to talk about something that not a ton of people, I haven't heard a ton of people saying this. And really it's that being around your family who doesn't like share the same goals as you makes it a lot more difficult to stay true to yourself and what you want to do. So what I mean by that, so I was recently on vacation with some family. You know, we have a pretty big family, there's lots of us, and it's really just me and like my younger cousins who are also guys who like care about, you know, what we eat and what we do on a daily basis, like exercise, stuff like that, right? We're more locked in than the rest of them, you know, whatever. Anyway, so we got all kinds of sweets and they got cake and all this junk, you know. And so I just think, oh, you know, it's whatever, I'll just have a little bit. Now I'm binge eating ice cream and there's freaking, I got 2 pieces of cake here and just candy and like all this garbage. Like I didn't even mean to have this stuff. And you know, I'm not proud of it. It was a moment of weakness. And really it's just about, it's about moving forward and not letting that become the new normal. So my normal for the past, man, like probably 5 months has been, let's eat well, let's do good, let's not eat all this junk food, you know. Stay true to yourself. You know, you have a few slip-ups here and there. If you're good 80% of the time, 80 to 90%, like really got to get that number up as high as you can, you'll be okay. So the main thing I focus on is consistency with anything, right? So going to the gym, you stay consistent, you're gonna make gains. If you will, you'd have to have the worst program imaginable to not make any progress in 5 years if you still went every week, right? So it's okay to take a little vacation here and there and just, you know, have a little fun, but you got to remember your body does not care if you are on vacation. It doesn't care. If you eat 5,000 calories of cookies, it's still 5,000 calories of cookies. It's not, oh, it's vacation, so who cares? No, you're still gonna get fat from that, right? Now, I would recommend cooking your own meals and bringing them. And this is really, so the main target of this is people who still live with their parents and it's harder for them to control what they eat. So I went to college for a year and now I'm back for summer. I'm going back in the fall, but I'm just living with my parents for the summer. It's just cheaper, all that stuff, right? So it was really nice in college because I could just eat the foods that I needed to eat and not have to worry about, you know, peer pressure from my parents because they're making a meal. Now it's like I gotta worry about, oh, well, this meal looks really good and they put all this time into it and you should just have some, you know. It's whatever. But if you want to stay locked in on vacation, you got to bring your own meals. You're gonna stand out. People might say some stuff. Your grandma might be like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, you know, who cares? You know, and if you give in to that, then you're just gonna get the results that they have. And you know, I want to say this to them, but it'd be pretty mean and disrespectful. So there's no reason to be disrespectful about that stuff. You know, if I do what you do, I'll look like you. Not great. Shouldn't really say that to people. But you know, just ignore them. Be respectful. Listening to all the negative comments about what you're eating. Oh, you're eating all that chicken breast and all this rice and stuff. If you listen to them, it's going to hinder your progress. Just ignore them. It's fine. If you wouldn't take any advice from them about fitness and stuff like that, probably shouldn't listen to them and like about what they have to say. Any criticism they have, just ignore that. And the main thing is learning to stand up for yourself. So they're gonna say all this stuff, you just gotta stand up, be like, you know what, that's cool that you want me to eat that, but I have my own goals and I want to work towards them. And you feeding me this ice cream and stuff is not going to help me, you know? So yeah, just ignore them and keep it pushing. You'll be fine. Vacation is not the time to let everything go. It's, you know, you can have a little, you can indulge a little bit, have some food, some good food, some tasty treats maybe. But then once you get back, it's time to get back into it, you know? It's straight back into it. All right. I think that's all I gotta say, yeah.